French defense, Winawer, positional variation, 7, Qc7 8.a4 b6. Intense. That was a serious game. White really outplayed black in that one. Both players had an amazing opening. White was a cut above black in the middle game. Although white played a great endgame, black did even better. Sharp games are frequently the result of starting with the king's pawn, since it dominates the center and frees up the bishop and queen on the light squares. While preparing for d5, the French defense prevents the light squared bishop in favor of a strong center and opportunities for counterattacks. The center is fully controlled by d4 and the dark squared bishop is made available. The e4 pawn is threatened by the center counterattack on d5. And c3 defends the e4 pawn and pressures the d5 pawn. b4 pins the knight on c3, preventing it from moving or protecting e4, and threatens to trade, disrupting white's pawns after bx-c3. e5 closes the center and attacks the important d6 and f6 squares. The d4 pawn is struck by c5, kicking off center play. a3 puts the question to the bishop, retreat or capture. bx-c3 plus captures the knight and doubles white's c-pawns. bx-c3 recaptures the bishop and supports the d4 pawn. e7 develops the knight and prepares castling. a4 controls the b5 square and prepares to develop the bishop to a3 behind the a pawn. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. This threatens to win a pawn. This develops a knight from its starting square, activating it. By growing a bishop from its initial square, this activates it. This blocks the check from an opposing bishop. It is the last book move. As a result, the bishop may now control more squares because it is in a better position. That's good. By doing this, a knight moves out of its beginning square and into the action. It is quite good. Castling gets the king to a safer square, out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Castling kingside tends to be safer because the king is further from the center. It is best. The game was close to balanced, but now black is worse. It is an inaccuracy. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. Very precise. It is best. That's a decent move. That's good. This misses an opportunity to connect rooks. It is an inaccuracy. This accomplishes this by posing a threat to a rook and compelling it to flee. That's good. This disregards an improved method of getting a rook to safety. It is incorrect. This moves the bishop to a more active square, making it gain scope. It is best. This moves the bishop to a better location, allowing it to control more squares. It is excellent. That's fine. It is good. A pawn kicks the opposing bishop, forcing it to move or risk being captured. That's good. The bishop is now in a secure position. That's good. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. Among the best actions. It is quite good. This seizes a helpless pawn. It is quite good. There were worse moves, but also something much better. It is an inaccuracy. That's a decent move. That's good. By growing a queen from its beginning square, this activates the queen. It is quite good. This defends the attacked pawn. It is best. This develops a bishop off its starting square, getting it into the action. It is best. This allows the opponent to take an outpost with a bishop. It is an inaccuracy. This passes up the chance to capture an outpost with a bishop. It is incorrect. This is not the best. It is an inaccuracy. This overlooks an opportunity to double rooks on a single file. This allows the opponent to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is an inaccuracy. That's fine. It is good. A solid choice. It is excellent. This is not the right idea. It is an inaccuracy. This may succeed in winning a bishop. It is ideal. White had the advantage at first, but now they are in the lead. It is incorrect. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. This allows the knight to control more squares. It is best. A pawn that was being attacked and had no defenses is now protected by this. It is ideal. This protects the attacked pawn. It is good. A very strong play. It is excellent. Recaptures. It is ideal. There was only one move that was effective, and this wasn't it? This misses a chance to strengthen a weak pawn's defense. This enables the adversary to make a rook attack known. It is incorrect. This loses a knight. It is a mistake. This wins a knight. It is a great move. This requires an outpost, a square that is currently in play where a pawn cannot push the knight off. That's good. That is a logical response. It is quite good. Among the best actions. It is quite good. That pawn's capture grants you material. It is ideal. Recaptures. It is quite good. Backs off. It is ideal. Recaptures. It is ideal. Backs off. It is ideal. This defends the attacked pawn. It is best. This mobilizes the knight, allowing it to control more of the board. It is best. This buys time by putting a rook in danger and getting it to flee. It is ideal. The rook is now in a safe position. It is quite good. This protects the attacked pawn. It is good. This is how you take the pawn. It is ideal. Recaptures. Black is losing because the endgame has begun. It is ideal. This divides up parts by launching multiple attacks at once. It is ideal. This moves away from the knight in shining armor. It is ideal. From a prior move, recaptures. It is quite good. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. The bishop is now on a square that is more secure. It is quite good. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. This attacks a knight that cannot escape. It is best. Intense. That was a serious game. White really outplayed black in that one. Both players had an amazing opening. White was a cut above black in the middle game. Although white played a great endgame, black did even better.